that segues directly into this update of the tariffs. Let's talk about the tariffs themselves and what is the actual reason behind these tariffs. I just spoke, says Donald J. Trump. I just spoke with President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico. It was a very friendly conversation wherein she agreed to immediately supply 10,000 Mexican soldiers on the border separating Mexico and the United States. The soldiers will be specifically designated to stop the flow of fentanyl and illegal migrants into our country. We further agreed to immediately pause the anticipated tariffs for a 1-month period, again, playing hard on this, during which we will have negotiation headed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent, and Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, and high-level representatives of Mexico. I look forward to participating in those negotiations with President Sheinbaum as we attempt to achieve a deal between our two countries. Who is the master? Who is the master at achieving deals? Donald Trump. He pushed the pieces. He used the tariffs as a way to apply pressure for this. And then, okay, you will have a 1 month. You had 1 month to get your act together. And that's what Heidi Briones said. This is what people don't get. The tariffs aren't really tariffs. They are bargaining chips. That is the best definition possible, that bring people to the table. Trump knows how to get things done. That is how you use tariffs. And that is a lesson in negotiation and the way that we can learn from that. And that, of course, we have people like Chuck Schumer. I don't know. I have to mention Chuck Schumer every once in a while, much to my chagrin. Chuck Schumer on Sunday said that Trump's tariffs would make Corona and avocados more expensive. Today, Mexico's president caved to Trump's tariff threat and agreed to send 10,000 Mexican soldiers to defend the U.S. border. Schumer has humiliated himself yet again with a silly stunt that didn't last even 24 hours. Didn't last even 24 hours. This is how fast things are happening. And that is the idea. You have to act fast. Not only hitting first, but acting as fast as you can. And from Canada, they are a bit upset, and we have reactions like this. Tariffs from Amuse. It turns out trade wars are hard. Canada's Doug Ford announced he was canceling Ontario's Starlink contract in response. Starlink, the service from Elon Musk that helps you have internet in rural areas, virtually anywhere, via satellite, no cables needed. What he might not have realized is that Canada's own satellite internet constellation won't be ready until 2027, and it is relying on Elon Musk's SpaceX to send their own satellites into space. I mean, this is how retarded these people are. That's why I tell you, I don't know if I'm smart enough to build a business. You are smart enough to build a business. You are smart enough to have a YouTube channel. You are smart enough to be a government official, because we see time and time again that all these positions are filled by actual retards. And this is something that didn't they see this coming? I mean, how can they be so that, I'm going to cancel Starlink's contract, but you still depend on another of Elon Musk's company, to put your own satellites into space. I rest my case. These people are beyond repair. Maybe repair is not the their imbecility knows no bounds. Justin Trudeau gets this smug look wiped off his face. Reporter, when did you first learn that President Trump intends to increase tariffs in Canada, retaliates, and how had that changed your strategy? And, well, this was Trudeau's reaction.
When did you first learn that President Trump intends to increase tariffs if Canada retaliates, and how has that changed your strategy?
He said, what? When did that happen? Oh my God. Oh yeah. I was doing something Taylor Swift related. I didn't know about that. He takes his letting that sink in. He's letting that sink in. I mean, what? What tariffs are you talking about? What? Oh my God. Oh my God. Fidel, dear Father, help me in this hour of need.
I think Canadians understand that we need to respond to this.
Oh, yes. Is this the first thing? You're actually doing that. You're responding to this.
We need to respond in a way that is appropriate.
All right.
That is measured but forceful.
All right. You're borderline Kamala, but go ahead.
That meets the moment.
Meets the moment. No way. No way. That meets the moment. This is poetry in motion. This is body language poetry right now. Body language poetry.
We're certainly not looking to escalate.
All right, because you would need the leverage to escalate. And you know that you need the leverage to escalate? You know that from the gross domestic product of Canada, 22% of that gross domestic product is exports to the United States. Exports to the United States. In Mexico, it's 35%. And from the United States to Canada and Mexico combined is just 3% of the United States gross domestic. So that is leverage. You depend on the United States, not the other way around. So you don't have leverage to, escalate that. What are you going to escalate? What are you going to escalate?
But we will stand up for Canada, for Canadians, for Canadian jobs.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, make my day. So, also, Trump, it appears that Mexico has reached an agreement with Trump to avoid tariffs, and Trump has some words for that as well.
We subsidize Canada by the tune of about $200 billion a year. And for what? What do we get out of it? We don't get anything out of it. I love the people of Canada. I disagree with the leadership of Canada. And something's going to happen there. But if they want to play the game, I don't mind. We can play the game all they want. Mexico, we've had very good talks with them. And this is retaliatory. This is retaliatory to a certain extent. Millions of people flowed into our country through Mexico and Canada. And we're not going to allow that.
We're not going to allow that. That is a guy who has his country's interests first and foremost. That is the idea. But still, again, that's what tariffs are for. Bargaining chips. So you force people to go into the table right now, not tomorrow. No, in hours. We're talking about hours. That's how fast this thing is going. But I still want to know what you think about this in the comments. All right. I see in the chat. And remember to download my 100 free body language tips in the description of this video, and you will be subscribed to my awesome emails as well.